hello, welcome. My name is Marie-Christine Andela, and I am so excited to introduce you to our very first Lunch and Learn session live right here on Empowered by Experience, the platform where we share our experiences with you to help you refine, ascend, and earn. It is such a pleasure for me to bring these sessions to you today. Lunch and Learn is our very first, and this is going to be a quick bite of learning, and it's going to focus on The Last Dance. That is the show that is currently on Netflix, and which is focused on the Chicago Bulls, glorious years with Michael Jordan at the helm. We will be sharing with you 3 lessons that we learned from the show in that team. So he was a super talented player, but he locked himself into a 7-year deal with the Chicago Bulls for roughly $18 million. Now, as you can imagine, the NBA went on to explode globally, and so players' remuneration also exploded. Unfortunately, because Scottie had signed that deal, he was locked in for that period of time with that remuneration. Now, at the time Scottie signed it, I can totally understand him. I am an accountant as well, so I know that we are always erring on the side of caution and safety. And so Scottie signed that deal thinking at the time it was a good deal, but as time progressed, the deal quickly deteriorated in terms of its value. And although Scottie was a very good player, one of the best, his remuneration ended up being among the lowest ones. So what's the lesson right here? So the first lesson is that you need to be cautious when it comes to locking yourself into such a long-term deal. Yes, we want to secure long-term revenue generation, but you need to include things like break clause and break options. And these are things that are quite current and regular in the real estate industry. For instance, when you are signing leases with tenants, if you're signing a 10-year lease, typically you have a break option at year 5 where the tenant is able to come and either end their lease or basically renegotiate the terms so that they can get maybe more favorable terms or terms that are more in line with the market at the time. So it's very important not to lock yourself into such long deals without the flexibility to review the deal halfway through. So Scottie could have done that. He should have secured a long deal, but with the option to review the deal possibly halfway through, because he was, remember, at the prime of his career years. So the other thing as well that I want to say is that I'm going to take an example. Apart from the real estate industry, as I talked to you about the break option, Scottie could have left the team and found another team that was willing to buy his contract out and take him on. I mean, this is something that we see, I would say, at a much lower level, and which I've experienced personally when I was studying to become a chartered qualified accountant. My companies would sponsor my education, but typically you have clauses that say you cannot leave the company within, let's say, 2 years or 1 year of either qualifying or taking the exam. Now, you can't be limited by these clauses. So what I've done and what you can do is get another company to repay whatever investment your employer has already put into it, and then it's not on you to repay, but on the next employer. So that's something that Scottie